55, Duncan Robinson. At power forward, 6'8", number 12, Tobias Harris. The forwards, 6'6", number 9, Oscar Thompson. Center, 6'10", numero 0, Kevin Durant. At guard, 6'8", number 2, Cunningham. Your representative checker, JB Bickerstaff. Once again, your Detroit Pistons.
A look at the opening lineup for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Twin Towers, Mobley and Allen, the combo inside. Mitchell out there with James Harden. And it's Wade in at the 3. And for the Pistons, Thompson and Harris make up the forwards. Cunningham is out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Duran in at the center position. Legs were past the halfway point of the season. Some teams starting to run out of time as far as their postseason hopes.
Well, Brian, the play-in will give teams more hope as the season winds down. But if you're in that bottom third of the league in terms of record at this point, it may be time to turn your attention to the draft.
Can be tough on a player, too, to try to finish out a season that way.
Boy, it really is.
And now the Pistons in transition. Harris misses. Here's Cleveland. Tipped. Pass to Wade. To the inside. Harden against Duran. Outside Robinson. Now Cunningham. Back to Robinson. Harris outside. To the middle. Here's Duran. That falls. Nice setup by Harris.
They're going to work inside. I like how confident Jalen is from this area.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Tim, how do you like this blend for the new Pistons? Wily veterans alongside the new blood.
I love the way they have built this team. Shooting was their Achilles heel, but these veterans bring spacing and savvy.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on Duran.
I like that Allen plays with attitude. He's got a competitive streak, and it blends so well with his natural athletic ability.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws here for the night. That free throw good from Allen. So both free throws good from Allen. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Harris outside. Pass to Duran. Ooh, stolen by Allen. Mobley, right side. Harden, the pass to Mitchell. Harden scanning the floor. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Cunningham. They're running. Harris against Mobley. Pass to Cunningham from behind the arc. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Defeated by Milwaukee in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Well, that's the big challenge. Teams tend to feel more comfortable at home for sure, so you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. That just didn't happen in this one.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, B.A. The Cavaliers want Evan Mobley to rip and run. Coach Kenny Atkinson said, with him pushing it in transition, he's just scratching the surface. You see him handle the ball sometimes, and you're like, man, this guy is a point guard. back to you.
A tremendous skill level. Allie LaForce with the report. Thanks, Allie. From deep, Mitchell gets the 3 ball to go.
A volume shooter at the arc. Mitchell will rarely hesitate to take that.
And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. They went to Cleveland for their last meeting with the Cavs. Came out with a victory.
The last game between these teams was so close, but ultimately their bench put them over the top.
Down the stretch, the fresher team often makes the plays. That's the value of depth.
Mobley passes to Wade. Cleveland working the ball around now. Here's Harden. Mobley outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Mitchell. There's the triple. Offensive rebound.
Tremendous effort from Allen, one of the top offensive rebounders in the game.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Cunningham against Harden. Now here's Cunningham. Defense is right there. Pass to Harris. Stolen by Mobley. Harden, deep 3-point land. And that's not going to go. And that does it for the first quarter. Cleveland on top. They lead by 5. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, what do you guys think about Cleveland here in this one?
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
You give any team this many second chance opportunities, it's going to put you in control.
All right, on the floor for Cleveland, getting going in the second. Dennis Schroeder is out there with James Harden. Then there's Sam Merrill, and it's Tomlin in at the 5. Here's Jenkins. Here's LeVert, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
It looked like a let-up from the team in the lead.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. Following the score by Detroit. Merrill, that's good.
And they've really been more consistent from the field this quarter.
Pistons trail by 9. Outside Herter. There's a screen. To the wing on the left. Here's Jenkins, covered by Schroeder, and finished off by Stewart.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
Cleveland leading by 7. And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And, Legs, you think back to a few decades ago, we had some fierce rivalries in this league. What constitutes a rivalry nowadays?
Well, B.A., it's much more difficult to find those long-term heated rivalries like years past, and that's primarily because of the parity and player movement that we have in the league now.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Thompson, he's checked in for LeVert. Robinson comes in for Herter. And Cunningham subbed in for Jenkins. Mitchell misses.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Stewart outside. Pass to Robinson. Here's Holland. Picked by Stewart. Right wing. 4 on the clock. And James Harden pulls it down.
It can be tough to find space in the mid-range area. Probably should have passed that one up. He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Pistons trail by 9. And here's Cunningham. 29 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
And you factor in his defense as well. 3 blocks on the night, really making his presence felt.
Tim, you've been vocal in your praise for Cade Cunningham, and rightfully so.
Well, B.A., on any given night, Cade can be the best player on the floor. He scores, he makes plays, he rebounds, and he processes things quickly. He always seems to be under control.
Here's Holland. 8 points in his last time out.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
Harden, the pass to Mobley. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Let's see some of the numbers here for James Harden.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
And some changes here for Detroit. Jalen Duren comes in for Stewart, and Tobias Harris subbed in for Holland. Cleveland also making some changes. Allen, he's checked in for Tyson. Wade comes in for Merrill, and it's Schroeder in for Harden. And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. All right, let's take a look at the highest scoring teams over the past month in the NBA. In third, the Cavaliers.
This team has really found a great offensive rhythm lately, running smart plays, sharing the ball, and racking up points.
59 seconds left to play in the first half. Harris passes to Robinson. Back to Harris. And so the ball out of bounds. Mobley touched it last. All right, a moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Cleveland. On Sunday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. Then on Tuesday, they'll be taking on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons.
It's no secret around the league that this team loves playing in their own building. They're loaded with home games over the next stretch, so this is a chance to win some ball games. Not an easy shot at all. Cunningham seems to have it early on in his NBA career.
Up top, Schroeder. He's watched by Cunningham. Right side, Schroeder. Just 5 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. And that one's good. Mobley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They've really gotten away from the three-point shot as they've pulled out in front.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Cunningham looking around. From the high post. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. That'll do it for the first half. Cleveland on top, up by 9. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action.
17.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, they're playing within themselves, getting to their spots and working the ball to whoever is open.
Efficiently building out that lead. And time now to swing it around as we take a look at the upcoming schedule.
And for that matchup against the Magic, don't let a lack of focus steal one from you. Overlooking lesser opponents, but that's when they come and they bite you.
I overlook all opponents.
In terms of what? Height? Confidence? Both? Don't even answer. I know the answer. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Harris and Duren together in the middle. Cunningham is out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Thompson in at the small forward position. That's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5 as we get going in the second half.
And the defense, they have to honor Mitchell as a scorer. And when they do, it just opens up the passing lanes.
Cunningham outside. Six on the shot clock. No luck on that one. Oh, excellent D there from Harden. Cleveland leading by 11. Pass to Mitchell. Mitchell on the run, and Mitchell with the slam.
The burst and power of Mitchell on full display. This guy's incredible.
Well, the Pistons shooting just 31% in today's game. Not great. And here's Duran. Allen defending.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Cleveland has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Well, Tim, you talk about an NBA physique. Jalen Duran is absolutely shredded.
Yeah, and he defies gravity too, B.A. What I like is he understands his game. He doesn't get outside of himself. He focuses on running the floor and then getting eye level with the rim.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. So it'll be James Harden shooting. Cade Cunningham picks that one up. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
At the line for the Cavaliers, Harden, James Harden.
One shot.
One shot.
Tim, growing up in the D.C. area, at what point did you fall in love with the sport of basketball?
Well, B.A., the first team I loved were the Washington Bullets in the late 70s with Elvin Hayes. They won that one championship in Washington. But Larry Bird coming into the league in 1980 really changed everything for me. That's when I truly fell in love with the sport, emulating a guy like that.
Greatest player from the DMV.
I guess I'd have to say Kevin Durant, certainly.
And Tim Legler, of course.
Even better answer.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. The Cavaliers trying to make the most of their championship window. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, quote, "What I've learned is that this isn't forever. We're not invincible. You have to appreciate this because it doesn't come around too often. Not every locker room is like this." Brian, back over to you.
Connected and driven. Allie, we appreciate the report.
You know, when you watch Cunningham, he can take total control of a game. He's got that 6'6" length, and then you combine it with his dribbling and passing ability. An impressive package.
Here's Cunningham after Cleveland's three-pointer on the other end. Pass to Robinson. Misses the three.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
The three from Mitchell. It's hauled in by Robinson. Pistons trail by 14. Duran in the post. Checked by Mitchell. And again, no good by Detroit.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively. And that's having a ripple effect.
Pass to Allen. From the arc. And there's Mitchell on the assist by Allen. Mitchell's got 5 points in the quarter.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
It's time to get out with the mascot. Let's groove.
He's checked in for the Pistons. Jenkins comes in for Cade Cunningham. And a new group getting ready for the Cavaliers. Tomlin's checked in for Allen. Tyson comes in for Evan Mobley. Merrill, he's checked in for Wade. And it's Dennis Schroeder in for James Harden. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball. It's the 2K leaderboard featuring this month's field goal percentage leaders. Jared Allen on top. Fourth, Jalen Duren.
Each of these two have been awesome offensively during the last month. Both great options from the floor.
And here comes Cleveland. They're on a 13-5 run. Cleveland working the ball around now. Down low. And out of bounds. Detroit will have it. And we got a quick moment to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Isaiah Stewart.
Well, it's a downward trend, and that could be for many reasons. Maybe they're asking them to play different roles. Sometimes it's the guys around you. If you're playing alongside a great rebounder, there aren't as many boards to go around. So you really have to dig into the details to understand why this is happening.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. LeVert's checked in for Thompson, and Herter's subbed in for Robinson. Outside Herter. Shot clock at 6. That one goes in.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Pass to Tyson. Bryant against Duren. Bryant, the pass to Schroeder. That one's good. And the assist to Bryant. Schroeder's got his first basket.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers leading by 17 at the end of the period. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. More 2K action in just a moment. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for the Cavaliers, we've got Sam Merrill, James Harden out there with Dennis Schroeder, and it's Tyson in at the 4-man spot. Clock is at 3. Cunningham outside. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Harden's got 4 rebounds now.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Driving in. Here's Tomlin. Detroit with a rebound. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. Here's Herter. Rebounded by James Harden. Harden's got 5 rebounds in the game. Puts it up from 12. Tyson with the bucket. Tyson's gotten his first bucket of the night. After seeing a franchise player like Luka Doncic traded, you think there's anyone who is truly untouchable now, Tim?
Well, I tell you what, that trade, BA, made me realize nobody in this league is immovable. You just don't know what the future holds, and I think fewer guys will stay with one team their entire careers.
That was a shocker for sure. And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Big group substitution here for Detroit. Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Harris comes in for Holland. Thompson, he's checked in for LeVert. And it's Robinson in for Herter. And a new group getting ready for the Cavaliers. Jared Allen, he's checked in for Tomlin. Mobley comes in for Tyson. Wade, he's checked in for Merrill. And Mitchell's subbed in for Schroeder. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Thompson outside. And he's going for the oop here. Outside Harden. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 5. Harden from outside. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 3rd assist of the night.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
Don't sleep on the size of Tobias Harris. He's not afraid to bang and bump down there.
Tobias Harris.
The first free throw is good. Well, Grant, Tobias Harris has been around the league. What's his best asset?
You know, I think it's his reliability and versatility. Harris is always on the floor, having led the NBA in games played multiple times. And he just gets the job done.
Here's Mitchell.
2 minutes
Outside Harden.
in the game. 2 minutes.
From deep. Duren with a rebound. Pistons trail by 20. Robinson on the wing. And here's Cunningham outside. Yes, sir, with the 3.
Well, the defense is going to try to shut down certain things, but it's impossible to deny everything. That's a skilled play right there.
Cleveland has gotten 6 of 11 threes to go in this game. Robinson against Mitchell. Here's Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Cavaliers.
What would you say the deciding factor in this game was, Grant?
Yeah, B.A., ultimately you have to look at their field goal percentage. They were the more efficient team because they found clean looks all night.
And give them credit for what'll be their 38th win of the year.
And with this victory, they have an edge in the season series at 2-1, with one more game to follow against this team.
And while there were some guys out there that played well, what really stood out was the production for James Harden.
They impacted the game in a multitude of ways. Anytime they needed a big play, no matter what it was, he came through.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, any thought of losing this game has been put to bed.
Back to Cunningham. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Wade. Harden against Duren. Pass to Allen. Over Cunningham. And there are the Cavaliers with another bucket.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
It is never easy to win on the road, but they rose to the challenge.
Back to Cunningham. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson.
And I love the energy from Cunningham inside, pushing to get the bucket.
Here's Mitchell. And so it's the Cavaliers taking care of business in this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
Well, James, you're facing a back-to-back. You're on the road. It's a tough schedule, but so far so good.
It's tough, man. We're a resilient team. We work extremely hard, you know what I'm saying? So put the pressure on us, but we're mentally tough. Big time win on the road, and we got another one tomorrow.
Resiliency is key in the NBA. Thanks, James.
All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. With Tim Legler, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. As always, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. So long and good night, everyone.